Covering all things LEGO, from Minneapolis to Fiverton and LEGO cities beyond. It's Bricking News. Welcome back to Bricking News. I'm Jason.
And I'm Alex.
And today we are going to ask Alex.
You know it.
We were actually really surprised with the response we got after last month's episode. We got more questions than we have in the past from so many people. We really appreciate it. We're going to do our best to get through as many as we can and maybe give you good answers. I don't know.
I'll try not to go down too many rabbit holes.
Yes. So we're going to try to limit the XWing rants. But we'll see how that goes. But I know everyone loves them.
Everyone. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, we're ready to do this thing. I think you should answer the questions too. Is that what we're doing?
That's the other thing. Some of the questions, they were directed at me.
Oh, good.
Some were directed at both of us. But
As it
either
should be.
way,
As
we
it
are
should be.
both... I think it's fair game for both of us to answer.
Excellent.
Any
I
of
love
the
that.
questions.
I love that. Good segment. Good segment.
All right. So first question is from the Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog.
So I have the boutique hotel, and I was thinking the Sanctum would look good with it. Thoughts? There's a second question on here. Also, what modular would you suggest that are out right now? So,
okay.
What do you think about the Sanctum and the boutique hotel?
Well, it's interesting because I actually have that right now.
Are they both next to each other?
They're next to each other, yeah. Two things, both good and bad. The good thing is that the color scheme is really nice. They go together very well. The Sanctum Sanctorum is a lot bigger than the boutique hotel, and it looks a little awkward that way. I don't even, I'm trying to picture it, but I don't know if even the facade lines up evenly from the front. Yeah. But it's definitely a little awkward with the roof. But it looks okay. I mean, I kept it, so I guess it can't look too bad.
The thing that I think is interesting about this is I think those two are probably two of the most awkward modular buildings. Because the boutique has that weird angle with the cubo,
it's like
whatever.
It's supposed to be a corner building, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It's like an
and
end
it's kind of
building.
The same thing with the Sanctum.
It has the alleyway. Yeah, that annoys. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that have done like little mock drafts and how they fill it up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go.
So, all right. So and then as far as modulars that are out now, what would you say?
Hold on. Okay, so let's think about the modulars that are right now. We have Assembly Square is the oldest one.
We've got Assembly Square. We've got the bookstore.
Oh, the bookstore's still out.
We've got the police station.
Right.
We've got
Boutique Hotel.
The Boutique Hotel.
And the Jazz Club.
The Jazz Club.
Right? Yeah, those 5.
And I think that's...
The Corner Garage got retired.
Corner Garage got retired.
Unfortunately.
So now, I would say this. You probably... It depends on, of course, what you have, right? I mean, that's a big thing. So I'm going to guess Boutique Hotel, you already have that. But if... Say you don't have any of these, and you're guessing...
Okay.
Right? I would say first thing you want to look at always is which one's the oldest and most likely to retire.
Absolutely.
That you want.
Absolutely.
I would probably lean towards, out of those... I think Assembly Square.
I agree.
I really like the bookstore and the police station.
I would say police station next.
I think it's kind of preference, right?
That's my preference.
What you want. I know. It's funny because the police station is one of the sets that didn't get a bump in price.
Yeah, it's $200. It's a great value.
They're both $200. The bookstore on that one because the bookstore got a raise in price.
Bookstore. Yeah, bookstore is $230.
$179. Now it's $199, I think.
Oh, that's right. It was $180.
I think it was $179.
Now it's $200. You're right. You're right.
Because it was the other one that went to $230.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I don't remember.
You know, the police station's a great value.
I think so too.
Yeah. So that would get that one second, is my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong with really any of them, honestly. But if you want to get them, I would lean towards whatever's going to retire first. And those are the 3 most likely.
Yeah, Assembly Square is hanging on by a thread, I think.
That was retired in 2019. I mean, that's what the rumors were, right? So it keeps going and going.
It does, yeah.
So
there you go.
All right.
Good question.
Thank you. Next one we have was from Matthew Edwards and other people. This wasn't actually on the Ask Alex segment. This was on the last one on my channel.
Okay.
Where we uploaded it, and then there was an issue. They asked, did you republish this? The answer is yes, it was republished. I'll quickly tell you the story. I uploaded the video. It actually got really great response. And then, what was it, like 2 days later, I went and I was looking, and it showed that video was uploading still. So it looked like it was uploading a duplicate.
So
I'd never seen that before. I texted him. I'm like, hey, have you seen this? He's like, no, I've never had this before.
Yeah.
So I went ahead. I said, well, I don't want a duplicate to go up, so I deleted it, and it deleted the one that was up. So unfortunately, there were some great comments in there, and I don't have any of them because it deleted the comments, it deleted the views, it deleted watch time. But that's the answer. Yes.
That's what happened. Yeah.
So next we have is from Janet S.
Hi, Janet.
Jason.
Oh,
this is
yes.
just to me.
All right. Well, I'm going to sit back and watch.
Can you give us a tour of your city? Yes. Okay, next question. No.
Have you done city tours before?
Well, I've done like overviews and stuff. I haven't done one in a while because I've been busy between, going to Lego House and, the funeral and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I've had one planned.
You've had some stuff going on.
Here's my city. I will do a full video review. I don't know, maybe we'll add it in here. We'll see how long this goes.
No, you got to do a separate video.
There will be
over the
one
video.
coming on my channel. There's a couple things I've been trying to get finished. Like I want to get the grocery store finished.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to get that upper level. But
There's always
I'll
something you
probably
want to
just
get
do one.
finished, so just do it. But good luck getting it under 5 minutes.
Oh, I can do that. Because mine's not like a whole basement. Mine's like, here's my table. There you go. That was the
Sure.
review. So anyways, Janet, yes, I will do one. And I'll put that on my channel. And you can watch that.
Good question. Get him going.
Or maybe I'll have Alex do a overview of my city. We'll see.
Okay.
From Trent Loveridge.
Hey, Trent.
Are there other secondhand Lego stores you frequent besides Bricks and Minifigs in Sojo? That's South Jordan.
In South Jordan. That I frequent, no. There's been some like really odd stores that I've gone to. Gosh, I can't remember it. Rogue Toys is when I went to. I don't even know where it's at, but I went there specifically for some 9-volt track that they had. And when I was in there, they had some pretty old Lego. They had the Caribbean Clipper,
Really?
the old ship from, early 90s, like 91, 92. It was in kind of sad shape, but I was tempted, but not at the price they were selling it for. But they had some vintage Lego sets in there. It was pretty impressive, but not a lot. The selection was more about other toys, like a lot of action figures and things like that. But outside of those, I don't think so. Not really. No. If you know of some, let me know.
I think that's probably the biggest deterrent to this, right? There's just not a lot of them around.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one. There is the one that's Bricks and Minifig in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
There's one in Orem.
Mm-hmm.
I know there is a store in Ogden now.
Yeah.
There was one that closed, but there's a new one, I guess, that opened
Oh,
in
okay.
its place.
Okay, cool.
But there's just not a lot of them. I would say probably the biggest secondhand market he uses would be Bricklink.
Bricklink, I was
or
going to
KSL
say.
Classifieds.
Yeah, it's an online store. So Bricklink is definitely where I probably buy most of my bulk for sure. Yeah.
Next is from Martha.
Hi, Martha.
Martha says, I will be picking up the XWing day one.
Nice.
As
Good for
will
you.
I. Double points, lots of bonuses. So thank you, Alex, for sucking up for those of us that don't have one. This wasn't a question. I just wanted Alex to hear it.
Thank you for that. No, it's a great opportunity to get one if you haven't got a UCS X-Wing. Absolutely. Yeah, I was just being selfish in my rant, like always.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Next question is from Rob Lyons. And he asks, have you seen the Fun Hole sets, and would you get them? That's the face I made when I looked at the question.
Say that again. Fun hole sets?
Yes, WHOLE, like a whole cake or something. I'm going to show you. It's what this is it is a alternate Lego type product, I guess.
Okay. Well, yes, this sounds very interesting. Okay.
So I will show you, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on this.
Okay.
I looked it up last night when I was compiling.
Oh,
these
you
questions.
cheated. I'm seeing this
Well,
for
no,
the first
because
time.
I didn't know what it was. I thought it was an autocorrect because I wasn't familiar with the product.
okay.
I'll be honest. But then as I looked, I have seen. I don't know if it's this exact brand or similar.
Funhole.com.
Yeah. So.
Building kits.
Yep.
I have never seen this before.
So you can see that they're.
Wait a minute. I've seen that before. I've seen that on like a Facebook feed, like thingy, like
Oh, so
something.
someone did it.
Yeah.
So I will say this. I like that these look like different builds.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like any of these are stolen sets from.
Yeah, I was going to say
Ideas
that
or
it's not.
Lego
Yeah.
ripoffs, like
Right.
you see with Lepin. I mean, there are some pretty interesting looking sets.
Yes,
I
there
do have
are.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think I saw someone do a review of one of these, and they said that overall it was actually a really good value.
Okay.
And a decent product.
Okay.
Because a lot of these, if you look, $60 for this. This train is $70. It's not bad. You see, there's a lot of light elements.
Yeah,
This
I see
Lakeside
that.
Lodge was the one I saw. That's exactly the one I
Oh.
saw the review of.
Okay.
And she said overall she did like it. It's a gal out of the UK that did a review.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find it and put the link in here. You know, I can't say anything bad about it because number one, I built it. But
Yeah, you know, if this is a company, because I have a knockoff companies. Now I use the term knockoff because like they're not Lego, right? But the first thing I look for is, are you ripping off other like Lego ideas, submissions, actual
Lego sets.
real Lego sets. We see that a lot with Leppin, obviously. And these are actually pretty impressive, very, very detailed kits. And if they reached out to me, I'd be like, oh heck yeah, I'd like to review one. I usually don't do that, but this is that's pretty cool. So what was the question? What do I think about this?
The question is, have you seen the fun whole sets and would you get them?
Well, I have now, and I don't know that I would get them. It would all depend on where I could put them in the city. If it's compatible with the
Would
city.
you put it in your city? If it's a non-Lego product, would you have an issue with that or not?
Well, my
some people do, some
history-
people do not.
The history of doing that, I only have one thing to go off of. And in that, I put it in my city, and it was there for a few weeks, and I took it out.
But that was basically a stolen idea.
It was from,
submission,
yeah,
right?
you're right. It was from the ideas submission. I found out later.
Yeah.
I felt bad about that. It was like I did this whole review on it. But no, those look, original ideas are great. But I don't know if, I'm like, am I going to go home and start looking at funhole.com? Probably not. But those are actually pretty cool. Well, I don't know. I take that back. I probably will. Those are actually pretty interesting. Were there more than just the 8 or 9 that we saw there? Or? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure there are others.
all
I
new
don't
to me.
know.
Because
This
you know,
is all that's listed on
because you
there.
would say like, oh, I'm a Lego purist, but honestly, I mean, I've bought third-party stuff like 4D bricks. You guys know I did 4D bricks with some stuff. I have some Brick Loot base plates, and what else? I think that might be it. Actually, that's not actual real Lego.
Anyone that lights their city really is
Light
not
kits.
Lego, right?
Right.
So, I mean, even those of us that say, well, I only do Lego, I think we probably have our places we cut the corners.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely.
Do you put a sticker on there? Right? It's something like that because that's not Lego, right? I mean, there's different ways that you can cheat.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I
I
think
don't
they
either.
do look really good. But like you, I don't know that I'm going to go out and buy one because
Yeah.
number one, I already have
But
enough Lego that I don't have space.
they're
for
not
it.
super cheap though. But I don't think they're super expensive.
I
Like
think
that
they're a
medieval,
better value
the medieval
looking.
Pier Inn looks awesome. That looks awesome. It's $140 I see, but wow, I'm looking at that thing, look at the detail. It looks like it's a shipwreck kind of deal. That looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like all of their sets have lights of some sort.
Most of
from
them
what I've
do,
seen.
yeah.
I think they all do. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, there you
It's
go.
Interesting.
Cool. Well, thanks for bringing that up to light.
Yes, there you go. Next question is from Kenneth R.
Hi, Kenneth.
Ghostbusters Answer the Call or Ghostbusters Afterlife? Answer the Call is the one where it was the all-lady cast, like the 2016 remake, I think. So it had...
I've never seen that one.
Have you seen Afterlife?
I've seen Afterlife.
I've seen Afterlife. I also chose not to see Answer the Call, so I guess that answers your question.
Yeah, there you go. Afterlife.
Next one is from James Rolfe.
Okay.
He says,
up,
I'm
James?
liking the show a lot.
Thank you.
And he says, thanks, guys. Question for Alex, Jason, or both. As an AFOL dad, I have a lot of Lego sets and parts. I give to my kids for birthdays and such, but they have a lot of ancillary sets. I may just want a part, a minifigure, something out of it.
Okay.
I struggle with what I should give them. What do I keep? Or am I giving them too much? And then he said, would I buy them a $500 set? Probably not.
Right.
But I would buy that for myself and maybe let them play with it. Question for you all. How do you separate the stuff you give your kids, the stuff you buy for yourself, and the stuff that you buy for anyone to use?
That's a good question, actually. I'm thinking about it.
So it's a little bit different for me because my kids are old
You're
and
older,
they
yeah,
don't care.
adult
So
kids,
they don't
yeah.
play with it for the most part. But I have nieces and nephews that come over. So, like I have my city and I tell them, hey, you can drive the cars and
Yeah,
you can
right.
drive the train. And I'm sure you do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's hard. Like, what do you do if your kid has a set that has, I don't know, a rare minifigure you want or something like that?
First of all, that hasn't happened for me. So with like Josh is a little older now. He's kind of like moved on. He never really even had his own Lego sets. He just kind of played with the city. You know, and he's like, hey, Dad, can I play with that? Or he would get one of my cars and dissect it, reverse engineer it, put it back together. He was kind of like that with his hands. Jimmy has been very different with the Lego. He has his own Lego. We buy him sets, mostly Minecraft sets, and it doesn't take long for them to be in a million pieces. And I'm fine with that, even though I get like, oh, you just keep them together. But they're his Lego, and
Well, it works well because there's not an overlap. Like you don't do Minecraft, right?
right, yeah.
So that helps.
Sure. And he's got bulk Lego is everywhere upstairs, everywhere in his room. It's just a disastrous mess. And yes, he does go downstairs and he does kife a lot of mine. So he goes through all my drawers and he takes my pieces out. And sometimes I'll go like do a little sweep. I'm like, I want that back. I want that back. And then because they're pieces that I need for my own mocks, right? And he's been pretty good. He'll like ask for permission, like, hey, can I have this or have that? I'm like, yeah, fine, go for it. And that's worked out pretty well. Also, Jimmy loves mini figures. Mm-hmm. So when we go to Bricks and Minifigs, when I'm buying stuff, he usually gets 1 or 2 minifigs to choose. And they're always Minecraft related, so he grabs those. He's happy. I even got somebody like kind of gave me a negative comment on one of our shopping videos. He's like, so you buy all these sets for yourself and you just give your kid a minifigure? I'm like,
saw that comment.
He's actually really happy with his minifigure. Actually more happy with his minifigure than I am with what I just bought. So anyway, it's just interesting. Of course, it's somebody who's never watched my channel before, doesn't really know anything about me, right? Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there's any other situation. I think that's about it. I mean, yeah, they play with my Lego. I'm happy if they play with the Lego in the basement. But for the most part, he likes building his own stuff. That's usually Minecraft related. And,
So I thought about this question as I was compiling them last night, and you know the thinking I have around this. You know, I think it depends on the part you're wanting. Like if it's your kid's favorite minifigure, you know, if it's his set and you're taking his, you know, I don't know, Mandalorian figure, and, you know, that's not cool.
That's not cool, yeah.
But if it's something you can work out where you're like, hey, I really want this, you know, maybe, you know, kind of like when you're a kid, you would trade things. Can you trade for them? Or, you know, maybe you have your pieces that you're like, these are just mine. What pieces do you want that are just yours? You know, I think you just got to talk about it and work through it.
What'll eventually happen in our situation is when Jimmy gets older and he moves out, he goes to college, gets married or whatever, he's probably not going to take that Lego with him. So it's all going to go back into my bulk collection. It's kind of how it goes, right? And I'm happy to, like, just, this is all your bulk, take it with you wherever you're going, and that's fine. But he says, like, you know what, Dad, whatever, I don't want it. I'll just pour it. I'm not going to just give it away. I'll pour it into my own bulk and see if I can use it some way, somehow. There's actually some pretty cool pieces he's got, I'll admit. But the pieces that I know are his, but, you know, if there's some pieces I need back that I know are mine, I'm like, I'm going to need this back, buddy. So.
Well, I would imagine if there's a piece that you really want and it's not one he's, you know, super tight,
he'd
be
for sure
to give it to you just like you are to him, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it works really well right now.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
All right. Next one. This is another long one, but this is from MG.
Hi, MG.
First off, I'm happy for you, Jason, but the work situation has worked out.
Yeah,
so
man.
Yes, I
seriously.
appreciate that. There was a few comments about that, so I really do appreciate those. And yeah, it's been a lot better than it was a month ago.
Right. No kidding. No doubt.
And you know, then they went on and said, "Thank you so much for sharing your story. You and Alex are a lot of fun to watch and listen to."
Thank you.
Now the question.
Oh, okay. We appreciate that.
Question for both of you. So the question is, you know, what are your feelings, or how do you decide on sets that, you know, you may pass on? Sometimes there's sets you want, but you have to draw that line somewhere, right? This is essentially what he's asking.
Want versus need? Oh, wait.
Well, you can't
want versus
have
affordability?
Right?
Right.
Well, there's affordability, there's space, there's lots of different things, right?
Sure.
It's getting harder and harder to be a completionist, right? So the question is, you know, how do you draw that line? And the second part of the question is, you know, is there a set in the past that you've passed on, but then you caved and went to it in the aftermarket scene?
Yes. Oh, I got a great. Oh, okay. Quick story, really quick with that. When I was building my Lego City again for the first time in my basement, after a couple years after we bought our home, I decided to liquidate other collections, and that included Star Wars. And I sold the Death Star 2, and I sold the Star Destroyer. This is the 2002 one, right? Among others, right? And the original UCS X-Wing. We won't get into that. So when the Millennium Falcon came out in 2017, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get that. The thing is so awesome, because in my mind, the 2005 UCS Millennium Falcon was that was the ultimate Lego set to have. But that was the new crowning jewel. Yeah. So I had to get that. I had this one big Star Wars set, and then I thought, oh, I want all those other ones that I used to have. Now I did actually have a lot of the UCS sets in storage, because I was doing a lot of buying and selling at that time. So I just kept them for myself and built them. But the ones I couldn't obviously get were those 2 Lego sets. So one day, I was missing them, and I went on Bricklink, and I found a sale that had both of them. And it was a Sunday afternoon. I remember looking oh, those aren't too bad. And I walk over to my wife, who's in the living room. I said, hey, honey, so here's the situation. I found a seller who's got both of these sets, and it was like $1,200, right? Which is a lot of money for just 2 Lego sets. And she said yes. I couldn't believe it. So I went before she changed her mind. I went and I made the order, and I got those. I think I bought them for just a little bit more than I sold them for, because obviously I made money when I sold them. They're still worth a lot of money at that time. Buying them now would be a different story, I think. There was those 2 sets. Again, more Star Wars sets. The Shuttle Tidarium, that one was one that I never had, that I really wanted. And I was watching a review by Brixie, and he was showing it off. And I went, oh, I want it so bad. And I went online and I just bought it for $600. A $200 Lego set, right? Years later, of course. And was that it? Oh, and one more that I never owned before, that I passed on, that I wish. And I actually owned it, but I turned it in and exchanged it at the Lego store. It was the Super Star Destroyer. Yeah, that beast, which was $400 originally. I bought that from a Canadian for like $650. So yeah, the Shuttle Tidarium, the Super Star Destroyer were sets that I passed up on, that I had opportunities to buy. You know what? Shuttle Tidarium, I bought that as an investment set.
Oh, really?
And I sold it for twice the price. And then I bought it for 3 times the price.
So you had a sealed one you sold?
I had a sealed one I sold. Yeah. Yep. And it wasn't, and I made good money off of it.
So you sold the sealed one for less than you paid for a used one?
Yes.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
I want to go home and rethink my life.
I did.
Yeah, I get it.
So those are my experiences with those. And I'm sure there's probably some city sets. I can't think of any right now. Oh, one other one was the only modular that I've ever bought secondhand was the what's it called? Greengrocer.
Okay.
I bought it from a shady seller, and it was sketchy, man. It was super sketchy, and I barely got it. I got it for $450, and it was just barely retired, and it had some sun damage too. Some of the grays were kind of not as bright, but you wouldn't notice it now next to the other one. So, but that's not really answering the question. That's just me bragging that I got a second one. But yeah, that was my experience. How about you?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's lots of sets that, because we talked about it, I don't know, a couple weeks ago about my Dark Ages and then coming back. And I would take
the Dark
my son
Ages
to
are
the
always
Lego
tough.
store.
Yeah.
Even for example, I remember the first real modular city piece I remember seeing, or modular set.
Yeah.
I remember the Parisian restaurant when that
right.
come out.
Uh-huh.
And I remember thinking how cool that was, and I ended up buying that just recently. It was secondhand, paid, of course, a lot more.
Sure.
But a lot of the Star Wars ones. The one that I'm actually kind of proud about, I bought the Slave one after it had retired. And I think I paid $275 for it.
Wow.
It was sealed.
Not bad.
The box was crushed. But I bought it, I want to say about a year after it had retired.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
And, now it's like $600.
Yeah, easily.
So,
easily.
I was real happy with that one. But,
right.
Yeah, same thing with the Tidarium and some of the others. But,
well, that is the exact same thing that happened with the X-Wing, the Red 5 X-Wing for me, the UCS, because I was recollecting it. It barely retired. I got a used one for $250. Okay. So I was very fortunate to get a hold of that one. And if I missed out on that, I would probably be very happy that the new X-Wing was coming out. I'd be like, oh, I'm getting it day one.
That's me.
There you go.
That's me. And
does that answer the question?
Who was it that answered the other one? Martha is also day one.
Yeah, there you go, Martha.
Let's see. There was one other quick question here.
Okay.
That MG asked. I just thought if you had time to talk about the Disney Castle. It's my first really big purchase.
Nice.
And my most expensive set. I hear rumors of a remake. Have you heard this?
I haven't heard
They're coming out with a new castle, and the rumor is it's going to be essentially very similar to the previous one that just retired, with a little bit different interior.
So
I guess.
it's like the Death Star 2 dollhouse again.
I don't know.
Is it that old story
it's rumors
again?
now, so you don't know.
Sure.
But just asking, would you be tempted to buy the remake if it does exist? Are you okay with the OG one, or is it hard to answer without seeing it? It is hard to answer without seeing. Like, is it smaller? Is it bigger? Is it?
Well, my experience is I'll compare it to the UCS Millennium Falcon. I missed out on the 2005, and I always wanted one. But some guy bought one for like $3,500, and it just inflated the price ridiculously after that. But when the 2017 model came out, I don't really care to get the 2005 model because the new one came out, and it's far superior in many ways. It's a lot more expensive, sure, and I'm sure that if that is the case with a new Disney Castle, that will be a very similar situation. More detailed, probably some more pieces, more expensive, but yeah, what do you say?
So I mean, I'm probably more likely to buy it than you. Let's be honest.
Yes.
I think I'm more Disney than you, which whatever. I have the original one. It's the one you weighed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's over
good.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually a gorgeous build. It looks great.
Oh no, it is absolutely.
I'm gonna have to wait and see. I honestly hope that it is different. Because this one is really kind of similar to the Disney World castle.
Yeah.
It's kind of the one it's closest to. There were rumors that it was going to be Disneyland or Disneyland Paris, which are quite a bit different in the way that those castles look.
Oh, okay.
I'll put a picture here so everyone can see. But
and I'll do a reaction.
I would have enjoyed that, and I definitely would have bought one of those. If it's the same one, I'm going to have to look and see how close it is. Right? If it's the same thing, I don't know.
Well, this is the year to do a 100-year anniversary. It's pretty sweet, So I'm thinking there's going to be some more significant sets, and we'll have to kind of see if the rumors come true.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. All right, next question. We have a couple left. We have Brick HQ.
I know Brick HQ. What's up, man?
Lots of comments. What is your dream theme for Lego to make?
Theme?
Yes. So, like, if you could pick a theme for Lego to make, what would it be?
That they haven't made before?
I would assume that's the case, because
my dream theme.
I mean, Star Wars.
That's a big one. Yeah, Star Trek.
There we go.
Gosh,
could have guessed that.
That'd be fantastic. My goodness, if they just had just the original series, they have so many amazing ships they could make. Get the license net, but it's not mainstream like Star Wars is. But there's some decent Star Trek out there. Man, I would love. I mean, I bought the original series Mega Bloks one because it was so beautiful. I thought they did such a good job with that. The Enterprise D sucked. That was awful. I don't know if you ever saw that. I was like, it's garbage. But if Lego did it, it would look so good. And if they did the UCS, like Galaxy class starship, Constitution class starship, I mean, can you imagine? Trekkers would be going bonkers. And we would say, take my money. Give me, that would be my dream. It's never going to happen. That would be a great IP for them to grab. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. That'd be so awesome. All right, there you go.
Never know.
There you go.
For me, if you care.
We care.
I'm not going to be nearly as passionate. Maybe I'll try. I'm going to try.
Okay, go for it.
What I think they need to make.
Tell us, Jason. Tell us.
I would like them to make a line of Disney attractions. Whether it's like the ride vehicles or
that's
the buildings.
great.
I think that would be cool. They've done a little bit of that, but I'd like to see a full line, whether it's like a Space Mountain car or...
That would be awesome.
Different things like that. I don't know.
I could get on board with that. Pun intended.
They didn't make it, so I made my own.
Yeah, and I thought that thing looked great.
I made my own people mover.
Yes.
There's a video out there that 80 people watched or whatever.
80,000 should watch that. It's so well done.
But that's the thing I like, that's the thing. I mean,
yeah.
The themes are going to be specific to
People's
what
likes.
people like.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of okay that I don't like everything because I can't buy everything. I can't buy everything I want now.
My dad would say classic cars, like 1950s Chevrolet Bel Air, things like that. Yeah, he would love stuff like that. The closest thing they got with that was the Aston Martin DB5 from James Bond. He thought that was pretty cool.
The bigger one?
The bigger one.
Yeah, I've got that one.
There you go, right there. Yeah.
You're much more of a car guy, but that's
yeah,
one of
I love the
three
car
that I
collection.
have.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's a good question. Thank you. Brick
All
HQ.
right. Let's see. Next, we've got Peggy Lovin. You two are really enjoyable. I wonder if she knows it's our video.
You're talking about us, right?
Thank you for your time. But Alex, in the future, could you please tell us how you really feel?
I'll try.
I think this is about the X-Wing.
I'll try to break out of my shell. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
I think that's part of the reason people like these. I know that these videos don't get the same views as, I don't know,
Our more mainstream
the
content.
beach caravan or whatever new thing you have.
It's new. It's still
But-
new. We'll get there.
No, I don't care if it does, as long as there's some
It's
people
fun.
that enjoy it.
That's right. We really, and that's what I love hearing this. This is great feedback. So thanks.
So,
we appreciate that.
let's
Tell you how I
see.
really feel.
Next, we have from Noah.
I know it.
Question is, Alex.
Oh, it's mine.
I'm gonna put Jason in there as well, because
And
we
Jason.
talked about this earlier. I said there's a
Yeah.
question I think I.
Oh,
probably
good.
better
Okay,
to-
is this one I can sit back and
No,
watch?
I want you to answer, but then
okay.
I'll supersede you.
Oh.
If you
Here we
had
are.
to choose one Disney Lego set to get made by Lego,
Oh.
which movie, short, or movie theme would it be from? I would really like to see an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit set, not just a brick head or a single minifigure, but a complete set, or like a 1990s Mickey Mouse set. Now, I will say this.
Well, that was easy for you to answer. Holy cow! I'm just thinking.
No,
I'm
that's
just.
not my answer. That's that's what they're.
Oh, is that what they
That's
said?
what they said. That's not
Oh,
my
that was
answer.
actually really good. Yeah.
Because what I
like
would
yours.
say, I'm actually very surprised they've done Oswald, because Oswald is not very mainstream,
No.
and so
Obscure reference too.
but
for
I
that.
really like Oswald so much. So let me show you something. So I am an original OG Oswald fan. These are my Oswald Mickey Mouse ears that I got at Disneyland back in 2012, and I wear them when we go to Disney.
I
really
would too.
do.
Look at that's amazing. That's
And
incredible.
people say, "Whoa, look at those goofy ears." So I love Oswald, and I think it's awesome that we even got what we did, honestly, because he's so obscure.
It is very obscure. Yes.
But
That's
anyways, so what would you say? What Disney theme movie?
you know, while you were getting
Short.
your hat, I should have been thinking about that. But I don't know if I'm qualified to answer this question because it's what set from a certain movie or.
Yeah, so if you could get a Lego set made from a movie, short, or movie
I know.
theme, what would it be from? Star Trek is not Disney.
Betty Boop.
That's not Disney.
Betty Boop. She's not Disney?
No.
What is she?
She's like Universal or something.
Oh,
That's
she is
not Disney.
Universal.
I'm not 100%.
I stand by it. Betty Boop.
Okay.
She's my grandma's favorite character. I thought she was Disney for some reason. Are you sure? Well,
Okay.
of course you're
so
sure.
this is why I said I think I'm more qualified to answer this
Obviously.
question.
I'll think about that, but if I remember something.
I mean, I'm in the last question or a couple questions ago, I said I would like to see Disney rides as a theme. But if we're to go with the question here, like what movie, short, franchise, I personally would like to see Alice in Wonderland, a set build.
Ooh, that'd be kind of
We've
fun.
got a couple of those minifigures. The
Yeah.
Queen of Hearts is coming out. We've got the Cheshire Cat. But it would be cool if we had I don't know, the cards painting the roses red, or, there's a few different things that could be, because I just loved that movie as a kid. Will they make it? Probably not. But that's what I would like to
Disney owns. Hold on a second. Didn't they just buy wait, wasn't it was it no. Fox. They bought Fox. So Avatar is Disney, right?
Yeah.
No, because
Well,
that's
yeah,
kind of because they own
They
it.
own it now.
Okay, I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
And I guess the question is, are we talking classic Disney or
Classic Disney or something
some other
else.
stuff?
Let's see. Is DuckTales Disney?
Yes, that would be
DuckTales.
Good. They were in the CMF, Series 2
Yeah.
CMF. They had Huey, Dewey, Louie.
I loved watching
And
DuckTales,
Scrooge.
and I loved Rescue Rangers. Were they
They have the
Disney?
brickhead of Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale?
The
Yeah.
Rescue Ranger movie. Which is
Right. And I got
yeah.
their figs. Something like that would be kind of cool. Like the Rescue
The
Rangers.
Disney
like
Afternoon. Is that your theme? So you've
That's
got
it.
the Gummy
Afternoon.
Bears, Tailspin.
Oh, I love Tailspin too.
DuckTales and Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers. That was my. Those are my afternoons after school.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Those are great times.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
See,
I thought of it. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. We have 3 more questions. Next, we have from Boozy Bricks. Alex is killing me today. I need to work hard on my rants. Then goes on a full rant that turns him red. Not a question, but again, I wanted him to hear it.
I don't know if I've gone red in this video or not, but
well, the Star Trek kind of got there.
I did.
You did get close.
Oh man, Star Trek would be so cool.
Next, we have from My Tea League. Oh, the stories I can tell about Alex with the pictures to prove it.
I think I know who that is. Don't send the pictures.
Do you have any stories to share?
No, I do not. He has a lot of blackmail material on me. Thanks. His name's Trevor. Hey, Trevor.
All right. And then the last one is Oliver Clement has asked specifically to me.
Yes, I'm done. Woo!
But you can answer.
Oh,
watch the videos.
All right.
But the question is, on your recent vacation where you got Alex the pirate minifigure set, yes, when I went to Lego House, what were your favorite mocks or sets that you saw on display?
Yeah. What were they?
When I saw this last night, I thought about this a long time. There's so many incredible builds when we were at Lego House.
Yeah, your videos on those are amazing.
There's the big dinosaurs. There's the tree. There's just so many different things. And a lot of that was really, really cool to see. I really have a hard time narrowing it down to one. I mean, even there was an area where they had people building mosaics out of 1x1 bricks. And some of those were just incredible. Like Hulk Hogan and Yoda and all this stuff. It was just amazing what people can do. And it makes me feel bad about myself. But I thought about this, and one of the things I was most excited about, there were a lot of great mocks, but they also ask about sets. So this was one I was excited about. And I actually have it back here.
He's got it too. Wow.
They had this set in the museum.
Wow.
And it's one I had when I was a kid.
This is the 9-volt. Hold on.
This is the one. So it's back here. You press the button.
Oh, yeah. This is like the monorail, man.
Yeah. People are going to turn off the video if we keep that up.
It goes faster, too.
There you go.
There's
That's
the other one.
European version.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That is awesome.
So this was the set I was really excited to see in there because I remember having it as a kid. I've actually rebuilt the one I had from when I was a kid.
Nice job. Is it complete?
I think it's great. Virtually. There's one or two pieces.
Oh, it's got
missing.
the old gray oxygen tanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
The ladder is supposed to be gray, but I only have one of the two, so I had a white one that had both. So I did substitute that.
That's
one.
really cool.
But you know, as far as the key parts, they're all there.
That is really cool, man. Yeah. I like it.
So, I mean, as far as official sets, that's the one I was probably the most excited about at the Lego store.
Wheels. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
So,
I'm geeking out over here. Pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Somewhat uncommon and, you know, just kind of cool.
I like it.
So,
was that the last one?
that is the last question.
Oh, we've made it.
Thank you for bearing with us. We appreciate
Great questions.
all those
Great questions. Yeah.
If you have other questions you want to ask us, please submit those. Just put them right in the comments.
Comment section
ask
below.
Alex, or you can just put the question, whatever, and we will.
Or they can email you too,
You
right?
can email me, but put them in the comments is just fine as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's easier. You don't have to go anywhere. Just
Yeah,
type
that's
it right
easier.
now.
There you go.
Put
Yeah.
your comment. Ask Alex what makes him angry this week. That's a simple question.
We'll find something.
You're gonna get 60 questions of what's Alex mad about this
Get me
week?
going. Get me going. That's what grinds my gears.
All right.
Already?
So,
That's good. All right. Thanks, everybody.
thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
This episode of Breaking News is brought to you by City Pizza. If you're in a hurry and don't have time for lunch, just look for our food trucks that are always nearby. Don't waste time with those other trucks that just leave you cold. Fresh, hot food is where it's at. Catering services are also available. Call today or book online. City Pizza. Come get a slice.